It's just a simple, you don't need to be a doctor to know this. We're not doctors, like I said. These are conversations that we have based on research. When we have a doctor here, you know that, we let them do the conversation or take the lead when it comes to conversing with you, because they are an authority in the field where we will be conversing. But today, it's just a simple tip. And she said, never ever should your contact lenses come in contact with water. Water is the number one enemy of your contact lenses. And so if you're someone who is using medicated contact lenses, you're someone who is using the one for fashion, whichever one you're using, there are tips she rolled out there. And number one of them is your contact lens should never come in contact with water. This includes maybe you're under the rain and it's raining so terribly. Before you go under the rain, please do well to remove those contact lenses. Never ever sleep with your contact lenses. Never swim with your contact lenses. Anything that has to do with water, please avoid it, because according to the doctor who put this out there, she was treating a patient, who had just gotten blind, and that was because she slept with the contact lens. So many complications, one to another, and unfortunately, they couldn't save her eyes because of the complications. And this is us, telling you to be careful when it comes to your eyes, because the eyes is one of those sensitive parts of the body. So today's conversation, we'll be talking about everything you need to know about caring for the delicate nature of your eyes. Now, our peepers are incredibly sensitive and they're vulnerable to damages. So taking proper care or essential care to maintain their health and function is super important. But yes, for today's conversations, we've been able to drop a comprehensive guide to help you understand the delicate nature of the eyes and how you can properly care for them.
All right, I think it's also very important that we have this conversation, just like we've said earlier, about the fact that we need to take care of our eyes. I think a wise man once said that the light to our bodies is actually our eyes. And that is not to say that those who are visually impaired are actually missing out on every other thing, but I'm just trying to talk about reinforce the importance of our sight and how much of, we become so I don't know how to put it. It becomes very inconvenient for you when you don't have your sight as it's supposed to be. So it's very important that we have this conversation, and this is where we get to talk about your eye care. Now, when we talk about eye care, it's not just about what you do to your eye as a person, but it has to do with certain things such as preventive measures, talking about the diagnosis and treatment of certain things that or disorders or diseases that are related to the eyes. Yes, in the prevention has to do with the things you do, the tips, which we will be giving you some of them here subsequently, and then the diagnosis. Remember, we've always talked about the fact that if you notice anything about your body, you should go to your doctor. And sometimes when we say these things, it's like we are just talking about maybe your internal self, maybe your stomach, or when you're having stomach pain, or when you're having a headache. No, we mean like your thorough self, what has to do with your entire being as a person, and that includes your eyes as well. I know that there are some people that sometimes they notice that something is going wrong with their eyes because you feel that your eyes are itchy, but you don't want to go to the hospital to go know what's wrong. Sometimes you sleep and then the next day when you wake up, everything is normal, and you notice that after some months or after some weeks, that particular itch is back. Something could be going on with your eye. You never can tell. It's just giving you a symptom, or it's just giving you some signs for you to do the needful. So eye care is not just about what we do to prevent, it's also about what we do that would lead to to lead to diagnosis, and then also subsequent treatment of disorders or diseases that may be found. So today right here we shall be throwing light on how delicate the eyes is, because you cannot care about something that you don't know about. So it's important you have an idea about how delicate your eyes are, or how delicate our eyes are. And the first thing you need to know is that there is something, the eyes are designed in such a way that there are, should I say, layers, or there are different parts that make up, or different components that make up the eye. And the first part would be talking about the thin cornea. The cornea, which is a transparent outer layer of the eye, is only about 0.5 mm thick. That is about, I think, millimeters or so. This thickness makes it susceptible to scratches and infections. That is to say that that's outer part of your eye is at risk, and that is why it's very important that you do everything possible to protect it. And then moving on to the sensitive retina, which is the innermost layer of your eye that comes after the thin cornea. It is responsible for converting light into electrical signals that are transmitted to your brain. So your eye is definitely connected to your brain. It helps you to read and transfer meaning immediately, and that is why you see how fast your brain works, because whatever your eye sees, it's able to read it straight to your brain. Yes. And then moving on to the third part of the eye is where we talk about the complex eye muscles. Yes, there are muscles. As your body, your arms have muscles, your eyes also have muscles, and according to the research we have available, there are 6 extraocular muscles that work together to rotate, move, and focus the eye. So these muscles are quite delicate and can be easily strained or damaged by certain things that we do, which we'll be diving in shortly. And then also talking about how delicate the eye is the fact that the eyes have a rich blood supply, which can make them prone to bleeding or hemorrhaging in the event of injury or disease. So that is why it's important that you do everything possible to care for your eye, because your eye contains so much. You are just seeing it from the outer perspective, but if you look at the eye maybe through a microscope or something, you will discover that there are so many layers there, and so many things are going on in your eye just for you to have that sight. So you don't want to take any chance to risk it, or should I say put your eyes at risk or your sight in danger. So that is why we're having this conversation on how we can care for our eyes and do the needful.
Yes, people, it's very small, but it's very delicate. And the thing is, once one part of your body is affected by something, maybe pain, you'd wonder why another part starts to feel the pain, and that's because these muscles or these vessels are connected to each other. Wonder why many times when you go check your eyes, they'll tell you, oh, your head is always paining you. I remember one time I was always having headaches, and I never even thought it was like an eye had anything to do with my eyes. But mostly when you go to where they are large screens, and I even saw a video where the lady was talking about it, and I'm like, oh, it's even a common thing, where you go to the cinema and it's such a large screen, but because your eye has a problem and you have to strain to see what is there, it affects your head, and before you know it, you start having headaches and what have you. So the body is connected one part to another, and just like you said, there are muscles that connect one point to another and send signals to the brain. So it's important that we care for our eyes as much as possible. Now, there are common eye problems that we have, and the number one of it is dry eyes. Actually, people have dry eyes. This is insufficient tear production or poor tear quality that can cause dry and irritated eyes. Every single thing that you see in your body is very important. And I don't know who I was having the conversation with, and we're talking about, what's the use of the hair that you have in your nostrils? What's the use of the hair that you have underneath your armpits? And people are like, it's not important. Why do we have it there? Why do we have lashes? Why do we have brows? Why do we have too many questions? But the truth is, these things are super important. Now, for your nose, the hair is there because there's dust, there are dirt, and if you inhale these things, they can become a problem to your lungs, and you can catch bacterial infections because your nose is just open and you are prone to whatever it is associated with inhaling dust or dirt or whatever. So that is there because it's important. Even the wax in your ears is super important. There's a reason it's there, and that's the same thing with your eyes. The tears you have in your eyes, many times the eye is watery, sort of, and it's very important because it helps to prevent irritation. So for instance, when there's something in your eye, the quickest thing you want to do is put water in it. Many of us do that. And even your eye drops, you put water. Sometimes it's just to shift the dirt or whatever discomfort you are feeling there to the outer corners of your eye where it can fall off. So if your eyes are dry, it is because of insufficient tear production and poor tear quality, and they can cause irritated eyes. And this is one of the common eye problems. Then there's what we call eye strain, and this happens to a lot of people that are in the marketplace. And by the marketplace, I don't mean Galadima markets. I mean people in the workforce, people who use gadgets like computers, their phones, basically digital gadgets. So this eye strain is caused by prolonged use of digital devices or reading for long or activities that can cause the eye fatigue and strain. For some of us, in fact, the period where we had Game of Thrones, I was reading one report and the person said they experienced one of the most the highest statistics or data when it comes to eye problems, because people literally stuck on their screens, one more episode, and you keep going on, and before you know it, you have an 8-hour stretch of exposing your eyes to the light or the rays that comes from these digital devices. Now this is dangerous to your eyes, because before you know it, you started hearing things like, oh, she has long-sightedness, short-sightedness, and then you have prescription of glasses, you now have eye drops that you need to use, you have to improve your diet. So it's important that you take proper care of your eyes. I personally, when I feel that my eye is being strained, one thing you will always find with me sunshades or dark glasses. You will always find it with me. Or if I don't have that on with me, you see me with blue rays, glasses that have blue rays, and that's because it helps to block the penetration of the rays from the system that you're using directly to your eyes, and that can cause you harm. So it's important that when you know that your eyes are beginning to have, because you will feel it. For some people, it's constant blinking. You start blinking constantly. Then for other people, your eyes become unnecessarily sensitive, whereby you're tearing so much. This is important. But that's for you to know your body, so there's a change when there's a change in your body. So yes, it's very important for you to know how and when to use these gadgets so that you don't have problems with your eyes. Now, number 3 eye problem is infections, and these are bacterial, viral, or fungal infections that affect the eyes, and it causes redness, discharge, and vision problems. Discharge, I don't know how they call it in English, but in the north there's this thing they call it. It's just by the corners of your eye, the inner corners of your eye, the white ones. So it's like mucus or pus or something, the inner corners of your eyes. When you sleep and wake up, you have it right there. And if you have that, you see many times when you wake up, that pus literally close the lids of your eye. So before you open up your eyes, you need to wet it with water so that pus will be flexible a bit so that you can open your eyes. These are people that have very severe infections with the eyes. So it's super important for you to care for your eyes and go. In fact, we'll talk about how to proper care for the eyes, but the infections, when you have that pus at the inner corners of your eyes, and then that pus that covers your eyes and prevents you from opening it up properly, and you have vision problems, then you know that you have infections. And then injuries as well. Trauma to the eye can cause corneal abstractions and retinal detachment or other serious injuries. I remember sometime this month I was making up a friend, and I noticed that ladies, you have to use your mascara, you have to use your eyeliners and all of that, but you need to be extremely careful. But there are some people that have extra sensitive eyes. I couldn't even go close to the eyes, and when I was asking, why are you so sensitive? I know the eye is a very sensitive part of the body, but you are extremely sensitive. And she said, okay, I have trauma in my eyes. I said, trauma? I don't understand. Is your eye a person? And she's like, oh yeah, I had an experience where someone literally poked my eyes with one of these things. So I'm still yes, my eyes are still very conscious to that incident that happened at that time, or that injury that happened from the poking that happened in my eyes. So that's why I'm extra sensitive. So this trauma can cause corneal abstractions, retinal detachment, or serious injuries. So these are some of the very common eye conditions that we have. I know there's the likes of cataract and glaucoma, but these are extreme eye conditions, and it comes from ignoring all 4 of these conditions, because it first starts with this and then eventually graduates into the likes of cataract and glaucoma. But yeah, these are just the common eye problems that we have, and this is pretty much it. Let's move on to the proper eye care.
All right, now that we've been able to identify some of the common eye problems, I think it's time for us to talk about how to prevent them by maintaining proper eye care. And the very first one would be regular eye exams, basically detecting your eye, trying to know what's going on. Remember, when we talk about checkup, when we talk about checking up yourself, at least committing some resources to go to the hospital to do a thorough checkup. Maybe you could do checkup for this one would be for your eye. So I think you have to schedule eye exams to detect any underlying eye problems or disease that may be there. Remember, Martha talked about the fact that some of these extreme eye diseases come from us ignoring the common ones. Because when you talk about cataract, when you talk about glaucoma, you talk about other extreme eye diseases, is as a result of the signs that we failed to actually look into when they started coming up. So I think that regular eye treatment, I mean eye care or eye examination, would help us to detect some of these underlying eye problems or diseases, as the case may be. And then another one would be wearing of protective eyewear. I remember she talked about the fact that she always has her blue rays glasses, because she feels like it's going to help her. It's not even about what she feels, but it's going to help her protect her face, I mean her eyes from the rays that come from either her laptop screen or her phone screen, whatever screen that she's actually looking at. And I think that this also goes down to other people who wear the sunglasses. You know, sometimes you hear people say, oh, why wearing sunglasses in the room, maybe to party and everything. Because sometimes the lights that people use at parties, we all know that some of these party lights, they have a way of affecting your eyes as well. So you see some people put on their sunshades even when they are in a party, and then in the sun, I think that the sunglasses are one essential thing that you should not leave your house with.
Especially at
it's
this
not
time,
a fashion item. Yeah, for some people it's like a fashion item, but for me, I think it's a necessity that you shouldn't leave your home without. I don't think that the sunglasses, if you are, I don't know, maybe I would say if you are to leave your home without sunglasses, maybe you should not roll your armpit. But I don't want to be caught up in that. But the truth of the matter is, I'm just trying to express how serious this is. You must leave your home with your sunglasses, because right now we can see that the climate is really changing very fast, or has changed already. The sun is really up, and it's very important for you to protect your eyes from potential harm. And another thing is eye hygiene. Yes, I know that some people would say, why does my eye need some kind of special hygiene for me to my body? I'm already taking care of my body. When we talk about body hygiene, when you come and start breaking it in, you discover that different parts of your body have different type of care that they require. And this is the part where we get to talk about the eye hygiene, where you get to wash your hands frequently. Yes, you might be wondering, what is the connection between washing my hands and my eyes? I will explain. Now, you know that your hands are like the most part that comes in contact with your eyes, if you're being very honest. You open the doorknob, you come in, you rub surfaces, and the next place it goes on your face. Imagine you're having a long day and the next thing is, oh my God, it goes to your face. Everything, if you're exclaiming, is your hand is in your face. Even when you are tired and you want to rest a bit, your face goes to your palms. So it's just to show how directly the hands or your palms, so to say, communicate frequently with your eyes. So washing your hands, washing your palms frequently would help you to avoid, some of these impurities that your hands will come in contact with, that would in turn stand to infect your eye, as the case may be. And another thing is, you have to avoid sharing makeup. This one is for the ladies, or should I even say those that are in the public industry. Yeah, should I say the celebrities, where you are on set and they have to make you up. I think you have to be very conscious about the kind of products they use on you. How many people are sharing that brush, Or I think you could even do yourself good by buying your own set, yes, and taking it to your set, so that anytime the makeup artist is about to make you up for the set, you will bring your own and say, I have my products. I think that way it will help. And then for the ladies, in your private corner, avoid sharing makeup products or brushes, as the case may be. Imagine the next person rubs, you carry and rub, because there is no way you will use your foundation brush or the beauty blender that it will not touch your eye. Somehow it will get to your eye, and then everything you are rubbing, you don't know what the person has on their skin, and then you pick it up, you rub. And if you are being honest, some of these makeup products we use, sometimes when you're applying them very closely to your eye, you will discover that there is some kind of hotness you would experience depending on the type of product. So it's very important that you avoid oversharing your makeup brush. so that you prevent the spread of infection. And then another thing for you to look at, I know that this is one thing that some people would say, oh, it might be difficult for us to imbibe, but for some of us that we have our offices on our phones and we are literally on our phones for a very long time, I would say sometimes try to stay away from your phone for a little bit. Yes, maybe you could just give it an hour, 30 minutes, just take a break. Try to take a break from your phone, so that the only time you take a break from your phone is not when you want to sleep. At least once in a while, try to do that. And another thing is for you to reduce the backlight on your phone. I think this works for me every time. The backlight on my phone, if it's ever so high, maybe because I don't know, but the moment is going as if it wants to be high, I always bring it down. Don't bring it down to a point where you begin to strain your eyes, but just keep it in a moderate way, that would enable you to look into it without those rays coming so harshly into your eyes. So I think that these are some of the things that when you look at, it will help you to actually care for your eye, from washing your hands regularly and also wearing protective eyewear. Because for me, it's not just a fashion statement, it's like a health procedure for you to actually maintain your good sight. And then talking about the fact that you need to be more digitally conscious, should I say, of your device, how you use it, and then trying to be hygienic when it comes to your eye. Avoid oversharing your makeup brushes or products, as the case may be, especially the ones that have to do with eye. There are people who share mascara, there are people who even share eyeliner, things as little as that. Try to get yours. It's very important to have your personal items when it has to do with your eyes. It's not only your towel, it's not only your brush that have to be personal. Try to have your personal mascara, try to have your personal eyeliner. I think that way it will help you as well.
All right. And if you're someone who uses the service of public makeup artists, what you can do is ensure that you have a makeup artist that is clean and sterilizes their brushes and knows the importance of these things. Now, talking about the digital use also, it says that there's a 20-20-20 rule, and I find it very important and very simple. Anybody can do it. It says that every 20 minutes, look away from your screen and focus on something 20 feet away from your phone for 20 seconds. So 20-20-20, after every 20 minutes, look away from your phone. I mean, let your phone be 20 feet away from you, and then of course look for something to do within that 20 minutes. And like I said, for 20 seconds, do not do anything. I'm not saying 20 minutes, don't do anything with your phone. It's just after every 20 minutes, take out 20 seconds to relax the muscles of your eyes, so that, we don't have complications, especially when it comes to your eyes. There are other pro tips and pro cares that we'll be giving you for the eyes, but keep it locked in here. Do not think about touching that dial. It's Martha and
Cassandra.
And we will be right back.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable. Eagles 102.3. From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Tap in and turn it up all day. This is Beyonce.
Hey, it's Lil Nas X.
Hi, I'm Harry Styles. This is Burna Boy.
Playing the artists you love.
Eagles 102.3.
Your number one hit music station. More hit music every hour.
102.3 Abuja.
Do you have questions about your health? Well, look no further. On Mind and Body, you are our business. Tune in as we discuss with health experts on everything that concerns you and your well-being. Mind and Body. Mondays, 11 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Right, so welcome, and thank you for staying right there. It's still Eagles 102.3 FM, and it's your radio experience you can count on. It's about 14 minutes until we wrap it up here for the Mind and Body segment of the show. And before you know it, we'll be right talking about the workstation. And I hope you've been having a good time so far. If you are just joining us, this is Eagles 102.3 FM, and it is your radio experience you can count on. And today we have been talking about eye care, and like we said from the start of the show, the eye is a very delicate part of the body, and it's incredibly sensitive and vulnerable to damage. So it's important for us to take proper care of our eyes and maintain essential care for their function, right? And we also did have we did talk about the delicate nature of the eyes. We talked about the thin cornea. We talked about sensitive retina, complex eye muscles, and blood supply. Also, we were talking about the common eye problems, so the dry eyes, eye strain, infections, and injuries were some of the eye strains we talk about. Now, before we went on the break, we were right on proper eye care, and you heard Cassandra talk about things like regular eye exam, protective eye wears, eye hygiene, digital device use, and now eye drops and medications. Now, eye drops and medications are very important, but you cannot go to the hospital and buy it by yourself. You cannot go to the chemist or the pharmacist to go and buy eye drops. You must buy them under the directives of your doctor. You must have a prescription before you go to the pharmacy to buy eye drops. Treat dry eyes, allergies, or other eye conditions. You need eye drops and medications, and you cannot give that to yourself. You have to go to the doctor to get that. Now, sunglasses, like I said, wear sunglasses, and I think you Cassandra emphasized on that with UV protection. Now, the UV protection it has most of these glasses that you see people use, and it has like a kind of blue frames. It's not really, if you're coming close, you see it has like a blue frame. Wear this UV protection shields. These protection shields are not just for although you can how will I say, I don't want to say you can fashionize it. It's not even a word.
Okay,
but yes,
it.
Yes,
there
you
are people that may don't want to wear like the regular way.
Yeah, so they
always buy
like,
their frames. I think
exactly.
What you use, just take it to the hospital. Even the hospital will tell you,
they'll tell you what frames
buy your
you
frame.
want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can,
depends on how you want to customize.
Yeah,
it.
so it can serve two purposes. It can be a fashion accessory, but it can also serve the purpose of protecting your eyes. So you can also ask your doctor for that as well. Eye massages, gently massage your eyes with a circular motion. It's closed though, not open. The circular motion to help reduce eye strain and promote relaxation, just like you massage the shoulders, just like you massage your feet and whatever. You can also do that to your eyes, but very gently. Get enough sleep. Honestly, if you don't get enough sleep, the number one way people will get to find that out is through your eyes, honestly. So aim for like 7 to 9 hours of sleep, at least 6 hours of sleep per night, to help your eyes rest and recover from the day's activities. Eat a balanced diet. Our bodies are interconnected. They are interrelated one to another. So you cannot deny the place of eating properly. Consume a diet that is rich in fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fatty acids to support your eye health. Go online and I feel like the internet has made these things super easy for us. What foods can I eat to improve the quality of my eyesight? What can I do to do this? If you just Google it, it will just help you out with, some of the ways that what you can eat and how you can eat these things, the portions you can use to help protect or care for your eyes properly. Now we even have the access to doctors on the internet space as well. Just log on to one of those medical apps or medic apps, and it's on Play Store and iOS Store. Just do well to check with a doctor. Oh, this is what I saw online. Is this right? 247, they're very much active to help you out. Now also smoking. Avoid smoking. Smoking can increase your risk of developing eye diseases such as cataract and muscular degeneration. So it's important. We're not here to say if you're smoking your body or smoking. You need know the implication of these things that you smoke. It already is a problem to your lungs. It also can affect your eyes. It's just the same way with people who you see, they do this restaurant business, and some of them use open fire like firewood, which is not good for your eyes at all. Within a period of time, if you continue to use that, you start to contact eye problems, and that's why you see most of these aged women who had these kinds of business that put them close to the fire. They have cataracts and they have all of this muscular degeneration. So if you must care for your eyes properly, you must avoid smoking and avoid exposing it to smokes or anything that can put your eyes in harm's way. So additional tips for protecting your eyes: avoid rubbing your eyes. Some of you, your hands are on your eyes 247, just like the way some people's hands in their nose 247. Some people's hands are always in their eyes, always, oh, my eyes are paining me, and all of that. So it's not a good thing, but gently pat the area around your eyes instead of rubbing them to prevent irritation and damage. Also, you need to use good lighting. Ensure the room is well lit and the lighting is not too harsh or dim to reduce your eye strain. And what you want to do also is take breaks. Like I said, 20-20-20 rule, where you after every 20 minutes, you leave your phone and it must be 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. Remember that rule all day. And also stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water to keep your eyes moist and healthy. Just like you need water to help moisturize your skin and to ensure that there's a proper circulation of fluid to your body or in your body, it's also very important for you to drink water because it contributes to your eye health. By following these guidelines, ladies and gentlemen, and being mindful of the delicate nature of your eyes, you can help maintain healthy vision and prevent common eye problems. And also remember, your eyes are a precious gift, and taking care of them is essential for a lifetime of clear vision and overall well-being. Not that we're trying to look down on the people who have this eye impediment, but it also will limit you in so many ways. When you cannot see, you most likely not be able to function, as effective as others that have, that vision clear enough. So it's important for you to care properly for your eyes. And if you already have some of these eye conditions, please do well to go see your doctor or a medical practitioner to help you learn to maintain it properly and how to improve your eyesight. So this is pretty much everything we have to say today on the Mind and Body segment of the Midday Extra.